Wheatley Education Campus is a traditional public school in Washington, D.C. We serve about 490 students all told. We actually have grades Head Start all the way up through 8th grade. Over 90% of our students qualify for free or reduced lunch. We're about 99% African American. Adjusting to the Common Core has been a struggle. It's something new, and any time you change things or do something new and different, there's some challenges involved with that. I think for us, the two big focuses have been particularly at the elementary level, really trying to streamline the math curriculum so that we weren't going as broad and as shallow as we had previously. And then with reading, obviously, there's been a big focus on more complex texts and a lot more focus on good comprehension strategies. So we've divided our school very carefully into teams. They work with instructional coaches here on site, and so certainly the shift to the Common Core is part of that work that they've been doing in terms of their long-range planning and sort of the approach that we're taking.
I'm very straight up with students. I say, hey, listen, the Common Core demands that we read texts that are on our level, and I have to prepare you. And to prepare you means here are the things that I need from you on a daily basis. I need you to be committed, I need you to be dedicated, I need you to be focused. That's what I need.
And so as fifth graders, right, we need to have strategies for dealing with difficult situations, right? And one of my favorite persons is Dr. King. And Dr. King had a wonderful strategy for dealing with conflict and situations that we have to deal with. And what he called it was nonviolent direct action. Now, we talked about this before. Most of you have never heard or read a Dr. King speech before, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Right? The only speech you've heard was what? I Have a Dream. But aside from I Have a Dream, most of us have never read anything by Dr. King. And that gives us a wonderful opportunity to look at something that Dr. King wrote. And he called it Quest for Freedom Everywhere. All right? And so what we're going to do, we're going to do what we call a close reading. We're going to critically analyze. We're going to look at Dr. King's writing and try to figure out what Dr. King means when he talks about nonviolent direct action. Okay?
I think we do children a disservice when we don't challenge them to read texts that are on their level, that are developmentally appropriate, and whether a student is receiving special ed services or not, just the exposure, even if we read it aloud to them, allow them to wrestle with the words. First, this is not a method for cowards. It does resist. Okay. Now, what is a coward?
Coward is someone that's like scared.
Okay, so I see you looking at your paper. Somebody who's scared, okay. So first, this is not for somebody who's scared. It does resist. What does resist mean again?
To somebody that refused to do something.
Okay, all right. This is not a method for people who are afraid. It does fight back, or it does go against what's going on, right? What does that mean to you, Tariq? Are they going to need scaffolds? Yep, they are. Are we going to need to help them? Yes, we are. But we have to give the child that opportunity to wrestle, because when we don't, we're basically damning them to low expectations.
Why would I read this as a fifth grader? Isn't this college stuff, Jovan? Why would I read this as a fifth grader?
You'll read it as a fifth grader, so it also helps us become a better reader. So
what this lesson says is that, you know, this guy believes that these children can read Dr. King, and I believe they can. And they may not understand everything, and that's fine. But guess what? They were exposed to Dr. King. These children have read more King than most people have in the United States. And I think, like, you know, that's something wonderful. Thank you, Common Core.